today's meeting a little bit. We won't be discussing QBQ. We're going to have a town hall meeting, which we've had these before. Lots of information. Sometimes it's just necessary for us to have a time to share information with everybody. And hence the change. The only thing constant is change. So we won't be doing QBQ today. We'll pick that back up here soon. But there is a lot of stuff that is normal. People want points. So, alright. Stephanie. Alright.
Tiffany,
Stephanie. Alright, come on up. You'll stand right there behind that.
Hey, you said you volunteered.
Alright. So, you will have, listen up. You will have 1 minute to get as many balls in the cups over there as you can.
Oh.
And so wait until I say start. On your mark, get set, go.
Too high. I know, right? She ain't paying attention to me.
Come on, get a point.
I'm trying.
Go to the middle, all three.
No!
Choose one. Somebody doesn't
Try a little harder.
Not enough, clearly.
Oh.
Jason, that's hard! I'm holding for you, sweet girl. I'm holding. You just needed me.
Trifecta. The hat trick.
She giving up. Come on, we can do this, girl.
And stop.
No! Good job. You're welcome. I get half that point.
That's why you got it.
Alright, go ahead and sit down.
Nice. Please don't hurt your ankles. You could pass it on.
Jordan Brown.
Jordan Brown. Right up.
You could be like Mike. Michael Jordan.
Alright.
Behind the line.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll hand it to you, okay? Oh, okay.
Okay. On your mark, get set, go.
Come on, Jordan.
Come on, Jordan.
Throw like 20 of them at once. I'm sure you get one of them in there. Dump the box.
That's it.
That was close. We'd like to point out her
You got this.
Got it now.
Oh.
Hey, that one was halfway in.
Yeah, man.
Right. Or the two. Come on, Jordan.
Tiffany.
Alright, Tiffany, you ready?
Alright.
She got her game face on. He didn't even say start yet.
Minus 5 points.
Mr. Harrison, false start, take away a point.
On your mark, get set, go.
Come on, Tip.
Look at that stance.
She going lower and lower.
You got this,
You got this.
girl.
Got a sweet spot. I thought.
Come on, sis. Oh, she got this. Come on,
Ain't gonna be no goaltending over there.
Straight
Come on now, Tip.
You got it? You got it?
You're losing your momentum. Woo! Come on.
You gotta stay on the shot.
Alright, Tiffany don't play.
Stop.
Hitting.
Alright, Tiffany.
We'll get one. Alright. Get everything organized here. So, each of y'all that played, you get those points added.
Nice.
And Tiffany, see me after and you'll get your gift card. Alright, listen up. So we've got roughly 35 minutes here. We've got some information we need to get through. You know, we'll have some fun during the middle of it. In the end, there will be a Q&A session at the end. So some of this we're going to breeze through, and some of it we're going to spend a little bit more time on. So, well, you saw part of it already, but so one of the things that we're about to start focusing more on of acquiring and really an intentional marketing advertising effort is toward law firms, legal firms, attorneys. We will be positioning ourselves as the premier legal answering service, law answering service. There's a whole new page that's been crafted for this, so I'm going to run through that just real quick here for you. If I can find the cursor. Okay. Hey, there it is. All right. So it should be down here. So nice page, very professional looking. What we can do for them, information. The clutch information's on there. A little testimony, really hitting the free trial to get them in the door, features tailored towards them. Of course, these are features that we have for just about everybody else too, but they don't need to know that.
Of course. It's marketing.
Of course. So it's very, very clean. There's Rachel, and then the pricing. So we're just really hitting on some of the main ones that other law firms are choosing with us as well. The other pricing is available, but these are the ones that we think will suit them well. So just trying to keep y'all in the loop of some of the changes that we're doing that do roll down and affect everybody in here. If we start you start seeing law firms roll in here, that is why.
Just to add to that, Jason,
Yeah.
one of the reasons we chose to really target the legal answering service is we looked at all the industries out there and our existing customer base, and we know there's a lot of accounts that are really a pain in the butt. But if from the feedback I got from some of the managers and even some of the staff, are that legal accounts are some of our easiest accounts.
Yep.
And so how nice would it be to have, 80% of our accounts being legal accounts versus,
Dupre?
housing, Dupre, Coco, and people like that. So, there was an intentional thought behind it, because one, it's the second largest, industry in the United States, it's over $500 billion, but also it's gonna be easier on you guys too,
Yep.
so that's a good thing.
Is the pricing the same? Pricing the exact same?
Yeah, the same exact pricing, but, so you should start seeing a lot more legal accounts coming through the pipeline, but we generally receive messages for them, so
Yep.
it works out pretty well.
So definitely time to polish up your wow, folks.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
Can somebody put a cheat sheet together for us that has general legal terms, so we don't have to look up how to spell them all the time?
Yeah.
That's all.
Quality assurance.
No, ma'am.
All right. So that's legal. If you think of anything else while we're breezing through everything that we're going to talk about, we will have Q&A at the end, so we can come back to that. The next thing we're going to talk about, and this is pretty big for us, HIPAA compliance. So we're going to dive into this a little bit today, and this is kind of the meat of the reason why we kind of shifted things around. For the most part, we do very well around here. We have the standards in place, and we're constantly looking for ways to tweak and get better, and we'll talk about that. But we really just want to make sure everybody across the board, whether you're on the phones, whether you're admin staff, HR, no matter what, we're all on the same page with HIPAA standards and HIPAA compliance. Can anybody tell me what HIPAA is?
Say it.
Medical business. It's private.
Not them, that's it. What is
Yeah.
the HIPAA?
The feds is
The
watching.
HA stand for?
Yeah, it's spelled wrong.
Yes, it's.
No.
HIPAA?
It's
HIPAA.
What does the acronym stand for? Maybe I'll-
It is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act.
Ah.
It even predicted you, Chris.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
No,
This is a thing, but it's on the personal side. But for
And that is what when
businesses
you- yeah.
and what affects businesses, organizations, doctors' offices, it is HIPAA. So that's where the act, everything came down. HIPAA is aimed at improving portability and continuity of health insurance coverage in group, individual markets to combat waste. Lots of information here. Pretty much, it's to keep your information safe. As a person that goes to the doctor, or you deal with eye insurance, chiropractor, anything, any information that you have there, this is to protect you as a patient. So, yeah, so that little form, and they renew it every year. As we're dealing with these accounts, that's why it's important for us to make sure we're compliant just like they are, because we are dealing with patient information. What does it mean? It's dealing with the sensitive information and making sure it's always protected. All covered entities, that's the patient, that's the doctor, that's us, making sure everything is secure. And then making sure it flows through the business correctly. It talks about the rules, it puts checks and balances in there, for the patients to control their information, and not doctors or somebody that can get in there and find out to control their information. If a patient wants their information out, that's their right to do that. That's not our right, that's not the doctor's right, that's not anyone else's right. Authorized users are accessing protected information, and then it also diminishes the likelihood of security breaches and so forth. I mean, we've heard this from Yahoo, Chase Bank, all these other things where they've had security breaches, numbers get out, so security numbers get out and so forth. that's the type of thing we're protecting, but we're protecting patient information. So that's where the whole HIPAA concept comes from. Why is it important to us? You know, we talked about that a little bit. You know, in the long term, it allows us to bring on more medical accounts, which I know Eric might have some things to talk about that. Y'all might have questions about that, but we'll get to that. You know, up to this point, we have not really made a concerted effort to bring on medical accounts, chiropractors, eye doctors, doctor offices, whatever. They just kind of come to us, which is nice. You know, but it will open up this huge segment of business for us. And it can be very huge, just like the legal and the law. Increased security of data to be consistent with healthcare standards. You know, all data, information, the privacy of that. That includes your privacy of your information as well. You as an employee of us, you know, we're following HIPAA rules internally as an organization and business as well. So all data, all information at certain levels will be protected and secured. And then protection and coverage for Voice Nation and agents. This covers everybody. In case something goes wrong, this is, you know, if we're compliant, we meet the standards, and we're constantly following the rules, we are protected. You are protected as an agent, we are protected as a business, and our client is protected as well. What are we doing? You know, a lot of this goes on behind the scenes. You really don't see it happening. A lot of it's, you know, in place already, and we'll talk about these a little bit, but open answer, you know, we've secured that. That's, you know, we've looked through what we need to do, working on just anything new that might come out as well to secure it even more, to keep our clients' information and their patients, and really all our clients across the board, the information safe and secure. You know, new and updated systems of sending and receiving information. You know, we're constantly looking for new ways to protect text messages that we send to doctors or the offices or whatever. How can we lock that down and secure that even more to where nobody could hack that? Internally, increased security of laptops, phones, USBs, other hardware. You know, we're constantly looking at that of how do we protect our information? How do we protect the computers? You know, we don't want someone getting in and getting to some of that information in strong passwords, and you'll probably see even stronger passwords coming very soon to several things that you log into. Secure information areas. There will be certain areas of information that not everybody can get to, including, you know, those who are taking the calls. You might have to pass a call off to a supervisor to access information. And the same way for us, you know, no matter where you are, I can't get to certain informations. I would not be able to access anybody's health information in here at all. That's a secure area. And it's kind of that way as we're talking on the phone, the different levels of security. Training and certification for every employee, all positions across the board. It's not just people in the call center. Everybody will be HIPAA certified, trained, and then we'll have ongoing trainings and updates that happen as well to stay compliant. Speaking of compliant, we will have a HIPAA compliance officer on staff, and that is Miss Sheila. She will be cracking the whip on all of us and making sure that we're following through on what we need to follow through on to keep everything safe. And then new account policies, which I hit on the more secure areas a little bit already. So this is, you know, this is big for us. And, you know, we just need to make sure at the end of the day, once we get in the routine of it, everything will just be normal. But it's to keep the information safe. And this is standard. In a lot of ways, we do that very well already. You know, we just need to make sure we're constantly keeping up. Software changes, system changes, policies change outside. We need to make sure that inside here, since we're handling sensitive information, we are doing it the way it needs to be done. We will have Q&A on this later if you have any questions about it. The training, I believe most people have been through HIPAA training online. Is that some?
Some of you guys have. Yeah.
Some. It'll be very similar to that going forward. Those that haven't, you will. No matter what position. Those that have, there will probably be a recap of it to kind of go through it again, just to make sure. Did you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot here, and we could talk for weeks on this stuff, but I guess maybe to try and help you guys kind of see how this affects the call center specifically. You know, I guess it was 2013 when they passed there's a lot of more regulation of the healthcare industry came out, and it was the Omnibus, OMNIBUS rule, which really extended to what they consider business associates for covered entities, all right? So think of a doctor's office as a covered entity. They are in the medical industry. They store tons of medical information within their office. When they hire an answering service like Voice Nation, all of a sudden we are now an extension of that covered entity and considered a business associate for that doctor's office, which means we are now liable for the same information that's passing through their phone system because it's coming into our software, which is Open Answer. We cannot send that email, those messages out through the open internet through a normal email because it's not secure. And so now that patient information, which is considered PHI, so there's all these acronyms you guys are going to get to learn. That's why we have to do this, because we are now considered a business associate of the covered entity, which is the doctor's office. So if you call a doctor's office and you give them your symptoms over the phone and you're talking to an answering service, you're more or less working in that doctor's office, right? So that's why we have to do it, right? And so what we're going to be doing from an IT standpoint, if you read the law, it says it's mainly about storage and transmission of PHI. The storage is us capturing the caller's information. Where is that information going? Well, we've got to store it somewhere secure and encrypted. So IT's got tons of stuff to do. So all these medical accounts are really going to be treated differently. We're going to have to flag them as a medical account, which will most likely make it a different color in Open Answer. And then we will have to treat those messages differently. When you go to deliver the message, it may actually have to pass through a dispatcher who can then send it out through a different method. These are the things we haven't worked out yet, but what's coming down the pipeline to transmit that information out to our clients securely. And then, of course, the ongoing training and understanding of what these terms mean and the day-to-day operations, SOPs, things we can and cannot say, to amongst each other and to the callers. So it's really going to kind of become its own little company within our company. But for us, it's worth it. There's so much potential business in the medical industry. Again, we went back and dissected all the industries of where we want to focus on our sales this year. Medical is hands down the biggest one in the United States, legal being a second behind that. So we're really cutting ourselves short by not offering these services because at doctors' offices, they need this. They need this stuff. So I don't know. Do you guys have maybe questions now? Do y'all have any questions for this? Mm-hmm.
It's also important to remember too, guys, a lot of our policies and procedures that are in place are because of this. Like we say, we don't want your cell phone on the floor. It's not just because we don't want you texting on the floor. We also don't want you to have the ability to screenshot somebody's personal information. Once you onboard and when we talk about HIPAA and the Omnibus rule, and we talk about that, these are protected legal laws. And if we don't follow those, as Eric said before, and as Jason said earlier, we are just as liable as the doctor's office that we're answering those calls for. So these policies and procedures, and we're gonna add more to them so that we're protected this way, so that you guys are protected. But we're also gonna start enforcing more. So if your cell phone's up under your blanket, guys, that's an issue.
And because the fines for this, I mean, it's serious fines. It's up to a $1.5 million per offense. Per offense, yeah. And that could be a data breach if all the messages for one account got sent out unsecurely. That could be one offense per message. I mean, because it's individual patients. I mean, it's and we've seen it happen. When this first went through back in 2013, I mean, there was literally a call center, I think in Arizona, that got hit for a couple $1 million for a huge data breach. And now it was a big hospital type outfit, but I mean,
So we are going to pay very, very close attention to this stuff, and that's why we're going to dedicate a lot of time and training to it. So, any other questions? Lots to come on this, guys. Probably the first thing you'll see is the training through ATSI, the ATSI toolkit. Probably start seeing that over the next week or two. So just heads up on that, and we'll probably block out a staff development break for you to do that. And then probably be an ongoing weekly thing. You'll be hearing more about it. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Cool. All right. Secondary update, which you might want to stay up here for, is the call center B.
Oh yeah. So have you guys all seen the new call center over here? No? You should walk through after the meeting today. So it's ready to go. 95% ready to go, I should say. Maybe not, maybe 85. So the IT guys are going to come in this weekend. They've got power. They're going to hook up to test the generator, make sure it's ready to go. Rewiring, I saw Lauren was even there running some fiber today, so she's getting a little test run on IT. So just a few minor details, getting the computers set up, getting the power hooked up this weekend, and Monday is going to be moving day. So we're going to start testing those stations individually starting in the morning, and have some people come over, test the stations, make sure they work, and then so Monday we will start gradually moving people over to the fixed stations. And so the way it's going to work out is the first shift will be coming into the new call center. So anyone that reports to work generally after 10:30 will have a fixed station. Everybody's going to have their own desk. So that's what we're accomplishing through this, splitting it up into 2 call centers. And then this side will shut down at 7 o'clock in the evening and then be shut down. And then the overnight staff and the second shift will be in suite, I guess that's suite A, right? And so that will all start Monday. So everybody's going to have their own desk. By the end of next week, I can probably guarantee that. But Monday we'll start testing the new stations, getting everybody moved over, and getting that all set. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to be doing some work and maintenance in Suite A as well to kind of get things up to date over there. Looking at the carpet in the front area, painting and some other stuff there, and a nice deep clean to get that refreshed up, because it's been a while since we've done that. So have 2 really nice brand new call centers. So yes.
On the weekends, is everybody still?
Yeah, we're gonna do weekends over there, and so if you work weekend, we'll do shared stations for now. We're just not gonna have both sides open. It just doesn't make sense to have the whole building open 24/7. Overnight shift will be over there as well. So, and we'll let you guys know where you're going probably on Monday. Chris.
Can we switch the designations of the call center so I can stay on the 18?
Do what?
Can we switch the designations of the call center so it can be Suite A, so I can be on the 18? Can we do that? No? Come on.
They might have to try windows.
Wait, do what?
Windows.
Windows?
Sorry.
Sorry.
We gotta sit all this boys. Can't even see around.
Here we go.
That was the point.
I understand.
No, I'm asking. Was that the point? So we can't see other people?
I think it was just the style those guys.
I think that was an upgrade of about $500 per cube, so I think we kind of just cut that down. You're welcome. We can get you one if you want to.
What else?
So,
Sorry. Is management going to be assigning the stations, or the operators going to be
Wait
the
a
operators?
minute.
we've already.
I ain't gonna know. I ain't gonna say either way. I'm both sides.
No, we've already gone through and done a seating chart. We've kind of mapped it out and got a pretty good idea of where everybody's going to be. So yeah, get assigned seats. But it's basically done by shift. I mean, it's just time of day and where you're at.
Y'all
So.
got a fine sheet.
Assigned seats.
Everybody good?
Okay.
Cool. All right. We've kind of went through it throughout, but any more questions that's come up with HIPAA, legal, medical, call center?
Yeah, I have a very, very important question.
Oh,
on your
no.
presentation, you had a meme on there, something about clients, and I couldn't read it. So could you read it for us?
It says the clients have a real great service until
That one.
protected.
My clients have the best stories, but HIPAA prevents me from telling them.
Ha, exactly.
See, that was working. That
Do
was
not
working.
tell them.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a question about the one about the legal services. The pricing was different for legal services, right?
No.
It was the same.
That's already the pricing, just maybe
Oh.
launched a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, and it's the same price.
Okay.
So it's just a different
We
money
don't have
after
to
them,
do a
right?
show like 4 or 5
Mhm.
on
Guys, get excited about this. It's a whole new market. I mean, we're talking probably 2 or 3 times the operations we're currently doing. Like, for real. It's a good time to get it out. I'm excited. I've been excited since last year. You guys don't remember? I've been excited. But it's going to be a good time to really exercise, you know, your wow and really polish it up and really stand out and really own that best in the country.
Yeah.
We can do.
Definitely.
Let's take a roll live.
And aren't y'all excited about the cubes? Having your own cube? Well, at least Tiffany is. I don't know about anybody.
We gotta change the chair.
Yeah, most of our OCDC staff are on the second meeting, so they'll all flip out.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can understand that. I'm right there with them. So, points update. So I figured I'd wait this week because we've still got some points that are coming in with people that aren't here during the week or they work from home. So, but I wanted to give you an update on where we stand individually and then with the teams. And again, these can change. We saw a ton of movement this week. So actually, we saw a ton of movement at the beginning of the week because some people didn't do their weekly reports. Hint.
Don't look at me, mine was done. Last week.
So, and then we saw some other changes throughout the week too with the Valentine's Day story, the cards and stuff like that will be happening more and more. So, and there'll be opportunities for it. Caprice is sitting in first place right now. Still.
Nice.
Emily R is in second place.
Nice.
Taylor is in third. Chris is in fourth.
Me? Not Munoz or Samuels? Nice.
And
I know it.
Tammy's in fifth.
Nice.
So, real quick for sixth, Tiffany, Holly, and Sheila are tied for sixth. So,
I got
Nice.
7 more points.
Yeah, I was about to say.
well,
she's
that's true.
You might be
So
up.
that doesn't include these, and it won't include the next one either. That'll come out next week. You know,
Refresh everyone's memories, attendance issues, deduct points.
yes. Okay, so let's go over attendance real quick. All right. So, attendance, real quick. Everybody starts out with 5 points. You know, if no incidents, or you're allowed 1 incident a week. So anything more than 1 incident up to however many incidents you have, it starts deducting a point. So you can go into negative on attendance.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how attendance works. So standards are attendance, weekly report, staff development. Everybody got a point for showing up today. Then there'll be games. There's going to be all kinds of stuff coming up. We've got a ton of stuff planned over the next month, and we're still working on a couple of other things too. You know, coming up with some of the holidays. Pi Day is going to be coming up next month, which we celebrate here because of our core values: passion, innovation, and excellence. Employee Appreciation Day is coming up.
Nice.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
My birthday.
Green beers? Bring in green beers?
I would be all for that, but Sheila just won't let us.
He had 4 places because he didn't want to monitor y'all incidents.
You get 2 more today.
So teams, team 1 is 362 points. Team 2, and they are actually in the lead. I'll do these in order. Team 4 is 340 points. Team 2 is 335 points. So there's only 5 points separating those two. Team 5 is 308, and Team 3 is 302. So there's 5 points separating them. These have changed every week, so so things can happen. And again, there's individual awards that will be given out, and then there's a team award that will be given out as well. So so there's always different kinds of things that's going on. Um, did we want to announce the story now, or?
It's up to you.
Okay, so we had the Valentine's Day story thing, and it was Caprice. Caprice won. We will be sending out the stories. Lauren's handling that, so I'll.
Also know stories for everybody to read because some of them were pretty great. It was a very close tie between Caprice and Chris. Both those stories. Chris, your story brought chills to me and Rachel.
I ain't had no good story like that.
No, me neither, Shima.
The stories were really good. So we're gonna send those out. We haven't told Caprice that she's won yet, so don't ruin the surprise.
You
Yeah.
know somebody gonna do it.
So real quick, don't tell them about the game that we play either.
Okay.
Please. They've gotten to that point to where they start begging for information on stuff now. So don't tell them about that. And
Can
some.
you buy my solids?
I think that's the deduction right there. I've never heard one, Jason.
I cannot take points away. So this is meant to all be fun and make it exciting around here. So we're going to have some more exciting stuff going. So one thing that we're going to be doing is ever so often we will have. You remember? I think it was last year we had like Disney Day, we had Superhero Day, and so. Every Spirit Week, that's right. So we're going to start doing more stuff. Man, that thing took a beating. We're going to do more stuff with it, and there will be points associated with it. So, next Friday we have staff development. We're going to designate a day for next Friday. And there's like tons of different ones in here. There's weird variety. There's all kinds of fun stuff. So I can't even remember what all's in here, but I'm gonna pick one. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna let Holly do it.
Pick a good one, Holly.
You like stuff like
No
that.
pressure.
Yay, purple is gonna be great.
Day.
Well, that goes along with the theme. That'll work. So, Sports Day next Friday. Wear any sports that you want. Anything. It can be a baseball cap, jersey. Representing your son's team. You can come completely, fully decked out. You will get points for this. And remember, one thing I wanted to say about points. Remember, you're playing for points for yourself, but you're also playing for points for your team.
Right.
So, team members, I sent back the team list a while back. Encourage your teams to participate, and it can be little or big, however you want to go. You might have a chance at winning something if you go all out, but I don't know. So Sports Day next week, and see, y'all actually got to pick the day. I just have to tell the next team. They don't even get a chance for it. So sports and
Just rewrite it.
so you have about 4 minutes left. If you want to take a walk real quick through the new call center area, that question.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, hold on.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you consider that a sport, right? Because you can compete.
Sure.
I'm coming in with
What did he
awesome.
say? I did not hear.
Jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian martial arts.
You might have to explain that.
Oh, you kept saying we're getting points for weekly reports. What about R5?
What?
R5, is that considered one of the weekly reports, or just the weekly report?
Just the weekly report right now. All right, cool. Thank y'all very much.